So here we are given a rational fraction and we need to resolve it into its constituent partial fraction. Let us begin. Now, before taking the partial fraction, what we will do, we'll observe here that this particular rational fraction, this is expressible in terms of x squared. So what we're going to do, we are going to replace the value x squared with y. So if we replace it with y, then our given rational fraction can be also expressed as 1 over y plus 3. So in place of x squared, we're replacing it with y, and we have y plus 1 whole squared. Fine. So what we'll do, we'll try to resolve this new rational fraction, and at the end, we are going to replace the value of y with x squared. Okay, so let's begin. So here we are given 1 over y plus 3. So this is one of the factor multiplied to two other factors, y plus 1. But y plus 1 is repeating twice, so we have y plus 1 whole square. So we have in total of 3 factors in the denominator. So this particular rational fraction will be broken down into 3 partial fractions, with the first one being a over y plus 3. The second one is going to be b over y plus 1. And the third one is going to be c over y plus 1 whole square. We're going to label this as equation number 1. Our goal will be to find out the value of these 3 constants a, b and c. Now there is a method known as the cover-up method, which can be used to obtain the value of a and c. We cannot use that method to find out the value of b, which will become apparent in a moment. So let's begin with the cover-up method. The cover-up method, that's a very simple and efficient method. To find out the value of a, all we have to do is consider the original rational fraction, and we're going to cover up the factor y plus 3. Which means we are now left with y plus 1 whole squared in the denominator. So what we have done here, what we have done is we have covered up y plus 3, meaning if we consider y plus 3 and equate it to 0, solving for the value of y gives us negative 3. So if we substitute this value back into our original fraction, 1 over y plus 1 whole squared, then the value of a comes out to be positive 1 over 4. Using the same technique, we can also find out the value of c. So c will be equals to, take the original rational fraction and cover up y plus 1 whole squared, which leaves us with y plus 3 in the denominator. What we have done here, we have covered up y plus 1 whole squared. So we're going to equate it to 0. Solving for the value of y gives us negative 1, which means this value of c will be equals to positive 1/2. Now why can't we use the cover up method to find out the value of b? So let's look at that. So that means let's say if we use the cover up method to find out the value of b, we'll take the original rational fraction and then we are going to cover up only y plus 1. So that means we are still left with y plus 1 in the denominator. And we have to take y plus 1 equals to 0. And if we take y plus 1 equals to 0, that means we have a division by 0, which is not allowed. So we cannot take y plus 1 equals to 0. Similarly, we cannot say that b becomes equals to this particular rational expression. So we cannot use this method to find out the value of b. Now, how do we find out the value of b? That's very simple. All we have to do is let's go back to equation number 1. So we will take equation number 1 and multiply throughout with the denominator y plus 3 times y plus 1 whole squared, which gives us 1 equals to y plus 1 whole squared multiplied to a. Then b value is going to be y plus 3 multiplied to y plus 1 times b plus c value. So c value is going to be y plus 3 times c. Y plus 3 times c. Now this particular equation is an identity in y. So here we are going to consider one value for y. So let's say if we take y equals to 0, and we already have obtained the value of a and c. So a came out to be 1 over 4 and c came out to be 1 over 2. So that means solving this equation, let's call it equation number 3. Yeah, that means our equation number 3, we will substitute all these 3 values for y equals to 0, a and c value as well. That gives us b equals to negative 1 over 4. So now we have successfully obtained the value of a, b as well as c. So we can substitute back in equation number 1, and this is going to give us the final result. So let's do that. So our a value, that's 1 over, we have 4 times y plus 3. B value is negative 1 over 4, so we have negative 1 over 4 times y plus 1. And c value, that's half, so we have positive 1 over 2 times y plus 1 whole squared. Thus we get the final value. Thus Now what we have to do, we have to replace y with x squared, y back with x squared. So we have 1 over x squared plus 3 times x squared plus 1 whole squared. This will be equals to 1 over 4 times, we have y plus 3, so replacing y with x squared, so we have x squared plus 3 minus 1 over 4 times x squared plus 1. And the third partial fraction will be 1 over 2 times x squared plus 1 whole squared. So this is going to be our final result. We have successfully resolved a given rational fraction into its constituent partial fraction.